Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you're new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now. And as the new year is here 2024, I have kept my promise. The film that we are going to be discussing is the Malayalam film Garudan, which is now streaming on Amazon Prime. Now, there were many requests about this film, particularly because this film was a box office success in a year which was a little bit of a mixed year for the Malayalam film industry. So, then how is Garudan as a film? Let's find out. So, coming to the story and screenplay, Garudan is essentially a story of two individuals, a cop, you can say a straightforward cop, and a professor, both of whose lives get entangled following a crime. And who is on the side of the truth? That is essentially the crux of the story. The story here is refreshing in a way because it doesn't follow the standard serial killer trope that is there, and that is something that was in the positive for the film. The screenplay though is decently thrilling. I wouldn't say it's the best thriller I've seen, but it's definitely not the worst. It's somewhere in between. I would say it was fairly thrilling, and I think one of the major flaws about the screenplay was with the characterization, with the casting rather, and I will get to that in my subsequent sections that are there. But here, the flaw also lay with the predictability of the writing. Now, the drama here it begins on a spectacular note. There's a heinous crime which is committed against the backdrop of rain that is beating in the city, and that itself makes for a gory picture. It sets the tone of the drama pretty well, and what follows is the investigation that ensues. And here I would like to bring the other Malayalam film Nearer in the picture, because that also had a similar sort of a premise. The premise here of both the films was similar, except that Nearer, it embraced its predictability and it took the legal route. So that thriller was essentially a legal drama which highlighted the shortcomings of the process. However, here it is more in the thriller zone, in the typical thriller zone, which tries to catch you by surprise despite it being predictable, fairly predictable with the writing. Now, I did like the first hour where there is a little bit of a cat and mouse chase following the accused, being nabbed to the trial that ensues. That entire proceedings was nicely done and it was engrossing as well. And the twist in the tale again came after a 7-year leap when the accused was finally out of jail and he files a case against the system, against the verdict rather, which was served in his sentence, and that again made for an interesting watch, and it set up things nicely for the second hour. The second hour goes in a little different direction with your loyalties towards the two characters being swayed. There's a little gray zone, particularly because at the very beginning you did see a little image, a little glimpse of the accused, although not enough to fully recognize that person. So there is a little doubt. However, I still did feel that it was a little manipulated, the writing. It was a little predictable, particularly with the twists and turns that follow in the final act. The final act I felt was a little too convenient for me. The twists were there for the sake of it, I felt, especially the penultimate, the final twist that is there. After the revelation that happens, the final act that ensues, the 5 minutes rather, I think that was a little too convenient to get the things together. This is by no ways a bad watch. It is a watchable film. It is a good film. It is thrilling in parts, but I did feel certain elements could have been penned a little better for an even more spectacular viewing. I also did like, by the way, the John Wick reference at the end. That was pretty well done. Coming to the technical aspects, I felt the dialogues, the music, and the direction. I felt the dialogues were adequate. The arguments presented from both the ends were pretty spectacular, and that kept the drama rolling. There was no point where the drama was drabbed or completely, stalled, so to say. It was consistently moving, and I think that was due to the dialogues, the arguments presented through the lines as well. I think the music was fabulous here by Jakes Bijoy, And it's so wonderful to see that Jakes Bejoy always understands the world where the drama is set in, and that just adds a different flavor to the proceedings that are there. Also, the English lyrics that were there, they were very well integrated in the proceedings, you can say, and that made for a good watch. Cinematography was good as well, although I did feel the slow mos were a tad too much in the screenplay. They should not have been done. The BGM does, create that ambience, create the mood for a thrill ride that is there. The editing is a little patchy at the beginning. You can see that there are two separate sequences joined together suddenly, and it is a little patchy, but it doesn't hamper the drama majorly at any point of time. Director Arun, I think Arun Varma, I think he did a good job here in constructing a drama despite the predictability of the writing. He does create situations which are thrilling, and it makes for a good watch as well. The director definitely did have spark. Now coming to the performances, I felt the performances, all of them are good. Divya Pillai or Vin Siddiqui, all of them. I think Abhinami, she also did. All of them do a good job, but I had a problem with the casting of the two leads that were there, Suresh Gopi and Biju Menon. This is not to say that they were bad, they were excellent in their roles. I think Suresh Gopi had the amount of swagger to carry forward his performance, and it was a good performance. When you look at it, it was a fabulous performance, as was Biju Menon. Biju Menon is excellent here. He was intimidating, he was wonderfully restrained, and he's just a testimony of what a fine actor he is. My only question with the casting was that if you had cast two relatively unknown or semi-known actors on the same level, the actors, because they would not have come with the baggage of their images, it would have been a little difficult to guess on whose side your loyalties lay. And I think that would have cut down the predictability of the writing to an extent as well. And I felt that that was one chance that it could have been, of two unknown people or semi-known people of the same level being cast, and then you would have seen, oh my god, whose side should it be, because this was pretty much getting to a stage where you knew that who's going to come on top, who's the bigger out of the two in terms of the baggage or the image that he's been carrying. And I wouldn't spoil it for everyone, but yeah, that was the scene. So overall I feel that Garudan is a decently thrilling film. It's not the best thriller I've seen, but it's definitely not the worst. It's somewhere in between, but it still makes for an enjoyable watch. Thank you so much for the recommendation of me watching it, and sorry for the late review. If you're liking this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon, share this video with your friends and family. Any little help helps a small creator like me. If you'd like to read my full review of Garudan on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below, do visit that as well. Also follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Letterboxd. All details in the description below. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, and on my social media handles. Also comment on what did you make of the film, whether I'm missing some point, whether you agree with the review. There will be a nice little discussion in the comment section. Be civil, but yeah, we'll discuss it out. Well, I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.